Birth doesn't have to be scary or chaotic. In fact, it shouldn't be. I'm Bridget and I'm a childbirth educator and a birth doula, and it's my passion to help mamas lean into the reality that they are built to birth. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you don't miss any future videos that come out to empower and educate you to prepare you for birth and beyond. In this video, you're going to learn how to encourage the process of birth to unfold in a happier, healthier, and easier way through using the power of your mind. This video is just one of over 60 videos from my Built to Birth online course that you can check out through the link in the description that prepares you to have an empowering experience no matter where or how birth unfolds. But for now, let's learn about how the mind holds the power for a positive birth. So what exactly is meditation? Is it just a bunch of alms with your eyes closed and your legs crisscrossed? I personally didn't know much about meditation before getting pregnant with my first baby, but as I experienced the common anxieties and stressors that pregnancy brings and an upcoming birth, I started learning about the power of the mind and how to harness that power through meditation, especially guided affirmation meditations. But before we dive into what meditation is, let me explain a bit more about how birth unfolds. You've already learned that birth begins in the brain and all about the hormones at work to make sure that labor continues progressing. In order for those hormones to work well, the mind has to tell your body and baby that they are safe. In order for that to happen, part of mama's brain called the prefrontal cortex, which is in the front of the brain, has to decrease in activity. And this is done through two other parts of the brain called the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus. Now, the prefrontal cortex is responsible for helping us concentrate on what's happening around us in our environment. It helps us to plan ahead or demonstrate appropriate behavior. However, in birth, this works against the laboring woman. An overly active prefrontal cortex means mama is focusing too much on her surroundings, maybe because the lights are too bright or because she is being asked too many questions. She is thinking ahead of time and imagining future labor sensations or situations which can cause overwhelm and panic. Or she is trying to act a certain way and holding back certain movements or moaning or using vocals to help her cope with the sensations of labor. So to help the prefrontal cortex to slow down and quiet itself, the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, which are part of the limbic system in the middle part of the brain, helps release hormones that you've already learned about, oxytocin and endorphins, into the brain and the bloodstream that not only helps keep labor progressing, but also distorts mama's sense of time, internalizes her thoughts, and helps her move and vocalize more instinctively to help labor progress. This is when mama really enters labor land, where she is present in body, but mentally and sometimes even spiritually is elsewhere, focusing on bringing her baby from her womb into the world. Now, that might have been a little bit more sciencey than you were expecting, but now you have the foundation laid for what meditation in labor is used for. Meditation is a process in which we slow down our fast-paced thinking minds to focus our attention on certain objects, images, ideas, or goals. It's not just a bunch of alming with your legs crisscrossed. In labor, meditation allows your mind to deeply relax, and it turns down the activity of that prefrontal cortex to allow the limbic system, which is primitive and instinctual just like birth is, to take over and then lead the way. While meditation is sometimes seen as only spiritual or only something hippies use, it's actually pretty scientific because of the way it impacts the brain and the rest of the body. Research shows that the practice of meditation and mindfulness actually helps increase the activity of the limbic system, and especially a certain type of meditation called compassion meditation, which utilizes silently repeating specific phrases that help you move from negative mindsets and behaviors to positive ones. Compassion meditation is much like the affirmation meditation, which is used in the Built to Birth guided meditations. You see, our brain often lies to us and encourages us us to make decisions off what it feels and perceives. And one of the biggest lies that the brain likes to tell mamas in labor is you can't do this or you are not safe. And when mamas start believing these lies, that prefrontal cortex starts to rule their labor, making the oxytocin and endorphins flow less freely. Adrenaline increases along with fear, tension, and pain, and labor can even slow or stop because of that. With guided meditation, you are able to quiet your mind, to make your body relax, and then to take it one step further with affirmation meditations, you begin to lead your body in the direction you want it to go, towards a happier, healthier, and easier experience. Meditations are not just useful for labor and birth. Pregnancy is full of stressors that parents are having to navigate through, and in postpartum, sometimes it's even more so as you learn what kind of parent you are and how to care for the needs of your newborn. Meditation is used to ground you, help you think more clearly, and remind you of what is true, that you are made to do whatever it is you are doing in that season of life you are in. The Built to Birth guided meditations are not alms, and you don't have to be in any kind of seated position while you're doing them. They are a resource for you to tap into and harness the power of your mind for pregnancy, birth, and beyond. Guided affirmation meditations or hypnobirthing are great tools to bring into your birth experience, but that is just one aspect of preparing for birth. The more you know, the less you fear, and the Built to Birth online class is designed to meet you where you're at in your journey and equip you with the knowledge for a happier, healthier, and easier birth and postpartum. In the course bundle, you have access to over 100 videos to prepare you for birth and the postpartum season that follows, plus a bonus section for how to use meditation for a more positive birth experience. If you're not ready to commit to the full course, take the mini birth class, which is for free and is linked down in the description below. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I'll be seeing you real soon over in the Built to Birth course.